Hello, this is Chris, and welcome back to Mythogenesis Studios. And today I want to do a review of two new quick. Oh. Hello, this is Chris, and welcome back to Mythogenesis Studios. And today I want to do a quick review of two new comic book pickups that I got of Thor: Journey into Mystery, and a quick review of Fantastic Four issues 1 through 3 from just this year with the Alex Ross covers. And maybe we can see a contrast between how comics used to be and how they opened versus how a lot of modern Marvel comics are these days. So first I want to start off with Journey into Mystery that I got issues number 114 and issues number 120. And I picked up 114 recently from a comic book show in Annandale, Virginia. I got this one for $65, and it had some kind of black pencil marker on it, but luckily just using a regular eraser and a magic eraser, that came off. And I would say both of these books are actually about a 5 on the CGC scale, and that's good enough for me. And in issue number 14, this is the introduction of the Absorbing Man, and this opens up rather excitingly with Thor chasing a racer in a race car, and he has some kind of laser gun that can actually hurt Thor. So we open with this scene and this battle, and then it switches to Asgard and Loki, of course, plotting and planning how to take his brother out, as he's always trying to do. So he comes up with a potion that he's going to use on a Earthling to make them stronger and give them magical powers to take on Thor. So the potion at first doesn't end up where it's supposed to go. So he tries again, and it ends up in prison with Crusher Krill. So he ends up drinking it, and he feels the power surging through him. So he immediately starts attacking the guards and tearing up the prison, and he eventually breaks out. And he realizes pretty quick that whatever he touches, he absorbs that material. So in the city, Thor hears from a reporter about a superhuman on a rampage on the countryside. So he turns from Dr. Blake into Thor, and he goes out there to investigate. So he runs across the Absorbing Man, and there's a lot of battling that goes on because the Absorbing Man is as strong as Thor, and he can absorb the material that Thor's hammer is made out of. And if he touches Thor, he can absorb the strength from Thor. So that battle is raging and raging, and then Thor gets pulled out of that by Balder the Brave back to Asgard, which kind of saves Thor because he was getting, I guess it was a stalemate, but he was kind of getting beat pretty bad. So Balder pulls him back to Asgard because Jane is missing. So I skipped all those issues, and we start again in issue 120. And this opens with Thor in Pittsburgh fixing his hammer at a steel mill in a big furnace, which was interesting to do that. So I assume it was broken or damaged some kind of way in the previous issues. And the previous issues had a lot to deal with the Absorbing Man as well. So in this issue, Thor is trying to gather some Norn stones, and he returns back to Asgard to give those to his father. Eventually he requests to come back to Earth to, looks like, continue seeking Jane, even though she's in the same city. So I don't know if he found her before and they got separated again, or what happened there. So I'll have to get or read somehow the issues in between that. But in this issue as well, he ends up fighting the Absorbing Man again. So that's how these two issues are. Now, I would rate both of these issues, especially if you're a Thor fan, must reads and good has for your collection. So I was excited to pick them up. These are the first two Journey into Mysteries that I have in my comic book collection, so pretty happy to have those. Now for the Fantastic Four, issue number 1, Alex Ross cover. Issue number 2, and issue number 3. So in these issues, it starts out kind of in a time loop. Thing and his girlfriend, they're in a small town on vacation, trying to get away from some accident that they allude that happens. So it's a groundhog situation throughout this whole comic book, because they keep repeating the day, and it takes them a while to figure out what's happening. And then they figure out who's causing it to happen, because the townspeople appear and then they disappear, and then the day is the same, but somehow the GPS of the Thing's girlfriend is keeping her location, geolocation, and the correct time. But at the end of this comic, it turns out that the person who's causing this Groundhog Day, this time loop, has some kind of power, because he's trying to fix the breakup that happened with a woman that he really loves and who he's really into. So the Fantastic Four, who fight Galactus and Doctor Doom and Mole Man and all these villains, this issue right here is just about the Thing and his girlfriend in a small town, just fixing a guy's relationship problems. Okay, so on to issue number 2. In this issue, this is Reed and Sue, and they start out in a restaurant eating dinner, and then Doombots appear, and they have a human facade outside at first, and then when they tell them that they're Reed Richards and Sue Richards, then they drop that and they show the Doombots and they start attacking them. And then one of the police officers come and drops them off at the edge of town and tells them not to come back. But they go back to investigate, and it turns out everybody in the town is a Doombot, and they've taken on the personas of the people in the town, and underneath the mask are the skulls of the people. And so this book, the thrust is just accepting Doombots as people and their own entity, and everything's fine. Okay, and this is issue number 3, and I didn't finish this one because I kind of, at this point, don't care. It said at the end of this issue, I did read the end of the last panel, that no more alluding to things. We're going to tell you what happened in the next issue, but I kind of don't care. So that's that. So I recommend Thor back issues, and I don't recommend Fantastic Four 2023. So that's my reviews. If you've read these Fantastic Four issues and have a different thought, let me know in the comments. If you're a Thor fan like me and you enjoy classic Journey into Mystery comics, then let me know that too, and I'll talk to you next time.